Hey YouTube, in this video we're going to take this piece of cardboard and turn it into this custom DIY lower splitter. Alright, so first thing you're going to want to do, in my opinion, is kind of start with some painter's paper. And this is what I did. So this is just some paper here, and I've got my overall design that I wanted, and I'll show you a picture of it below the bumper and how I got the outline. Now once I got the paper how I wanted it, I went ahead and transferred that to some cardboard to make it more sturdy and put it up to the car, and it'll stay pretty nicely. I've just got 3 jack stands under it and holding the cardboard up so I can get an idea. Basically all I'm doing now is I'm measuring and making sure everything is symmetrical all the way across. So my first measurement is I want the lip to stick out about 3.5 inches, and then when it comes to this design here, it sticks out about 5, and then I want it to taper off to about 4 because my tires do stick out a little bit. So if I can have the splitter kind of stick out about the size of my tire, I think that'll look pretty good. So really, when you're building a splitter, everything is completely up to you. You can have the splitter stick out 1 inch, you can have it stick out 5 inches, it'd be massive. You're just gonna have to play with it. There's so many kind of designs that you can do with splitters. I would just look on Google and see what you like. There's this design here. There's a design where you can have these 2 indentations and then also kind of a point in the middle. The point in the middle is kind of hard to get, so I'm not going to do that. So this is what I'm going to go with. Right now, you can see I left the ends long because I wasn't sure what I was going to do with it when I traced it onto the cardboard. But now I've got my measurement, and so I just went along with the bumper and marked everywhere where it was 4 inches, and then I drew my line, and now I'm going to cut this out and see how it looks. And then that's what I'm going to go with. So yeah, just make sure you have your center line, and then that's going to keep you straight the whole time. And then I've got some points here and here to make sure that that it is center, because both of these are the same length. So I'm going to get this cut out. And guys, this is not really expensive to do. I bought a big sheet of 1/4 inch durable plastic over here from a local store called Menards. I don't know if you guys have those around you, but it was like $65. So that's not very expensive. And then I'm just going to use some miscellaneous nuts and bolts to bolt this up under the car. And then I'm also going to use adjustable like splitter rod where the top and bottom is adjustable, and that's going to support it. I'm going to bolt it to the top of the bumper, and they're going to come down. Don't know the design yet, but I'm going to end up buying those, and those are 2 of them for like $15, so not very expensive. Alright, so I also did some test fitting on the wheels. Made sure that I spun my wheels to max lock, and this is how much I need to cut out in order to give my wheels the clearance that they need to make some turns. And then I just made them symmetrical on both sides, and now I'm going to cut this out and retest it. Alright, so here we're looking under the car, and right now we're a little short, but that's okay. I've already taken my measurement because I want this under tray to at least go to right here of the cross member. Not all the way back, because I do want to be able to put jack stands here, and I don't want to put the jack stands on my splitter. So I want to leave enough room on this cross member that I can put jack stands in the future. So I'm going to go to right about here with it, and I'm going to build some brackets that use these 2 bolts here. So I've already measured the distance I need, and then I cut out enough for the wheels. All right, that cut so easy. I'm just so surprised it cut that easy. The lines were a little hard to see and follow because I just had a blue marker. If you had like a white Sharpie, that would have been so much easier, but it does leave a little bit of a mess with all these black plastic balls here. Now I'm going to angle the front. I'd like the front of the splitter to be kind of at an angle. So I've got the saw here set to an angle. I'm going to go back around and angle the front. Alright, so you saw me get it cut out. I went ahead and smoothed down all of the edges and gave it a little bit of an angle. So that's looking good. And I transferred all of the center marks over to this piece so I can make sure it's in exactly center. And it is. I've already made 2 brackets from under the car to support the back of the splitter, and the front of it is just held on with the jack stand. So the back is already screwed in to the subframe, and now I'm going to build the jack point to go through the splitter and make it an easy access jack point for this car. So I've got a piece of pipe here that I'm going to shorten and weld on to that pipe and go straight down. So I'll drill a circle right through the splitter and have it stick out about 1/2 inch. Alright, so like I said earlier, I've already got the brackets for the back of the splitter, and I've bought these splitter rod adjustable deals here to secure the front. So these are pretty cool and nice. They adjust to get bigger and smaller. I would recommend, if you're going to go this route, make sure you measure in advance the size that you need. I actually bought a little bit too small of a splitter rod for the front, so I had to wait another week to get these before I could finish up the splitter. So now we're going to go ahead and install these from the front bumper down to the splitter, drill some holes, and get the front of it mounted up. Alright, so I got the splitter rods right where I want them. Got them kind of angled towards the center. I like that look a lot, rather than just straight up and down. So these are going to be the 2 that are in the front. I'm going to add 1 more on the side, on each side. Those will actually be straight up and down, but got the angles on these, so I'm about to drill the hole in the lower splitter now. Alright, got the front secured and I'm really liking the way it looks. So now I've got the holes marked in the bumper over here towards the side. So I'm going to go ahead and drill the holes in the bumper and these will go straight down. So this is all looking good. I do need to secure the front of this bumper here, this lower lip, because right now it moves because usually you have a bracket that comes up here, but since this is all custom, I don't have that bracket. So what I'm going to do now, or I guess here shortly, is I'm going to build a bracket from this jack point under here, build a bracket, and then I'll have a screw that screws into the bracket here, and that will secure this front flip here. So I'm going to get the sides down and we'll probably build that bracket. Alright, just got done tightening up the side splitter rods and here's how it looks. The lower splitter is complete. Everything's tightened, it's secured, and it looks really awesome. I'm really happy with the way it turned out. I've got a few touching up to do, but overall it's done. I'm gonna have to take a little bit more off here on the inside because of it's a little close to the tire, so I'm gonna take some off there, but that's no big deal. I did get the bracket made to secure the front air dam here. You can see that screw, so I welded a tab to that jack point there, and now I can screw in the front bumper, and now this thing's secure as well as this splitter. You know, the test people like to do is if you can stand on it, it's strong enough. This isn't really strong enough to stand on, probably because it's that polyurethane plastic. It's not aluminum or metal. And then I could also probably add some more structural points in here, but right now it's not strong enough to stand on, but it is still really sturdy. So yeah, it's definitely strong enough for what I need it to be. I'm going to be painting this actual bumper black, just haven't gotten to it. So I guess the next thing we can do before I end this video is to test and make sure that jack point actually functions the way it should. So I'm going to throw a jack in there and see how it works. Alright, the jack point works out perfectly. The tow hook, I'm really happy with it. In a good spot, I like it in the center. The next kind of test I'm going to do is I'm going to see if if I could technically jack up on that tow hook. Just in case for some reason, like if a tow truck ever needed to use that tow hook to lift the car up off of something. Kind of want it to be strong enough to do that, but I'll probably test that out in a later video. I did build it strong enough to hopefully do that, and I am using some titanium bolts to secure it to the jack point. But no, everything's looking good. I'm really happy with this. Like I said earlier, this lower splitter from Menards was like $65, and I've got quite a bit left, over half of it left. So yeah, this is a great little project, and I'm sure you guys can do this yourself. You just need a few simple tools, and yeah, you can do it yourself. So thanks for watching. In the next video, we are going to be working on the brakes. So I've got all the brake components, all new brake lines, all the fittings that I need, and the Chase Bays Hydro e-brake pull-up style, and all the flaring tools. So this is going to be cool to get all the brakes done and show you how that goes. But otherwise, thanks for watching. I appreciate you guys following the channel. Make sure you subscribe. It really helps the channel out. And I'll see you in the next one. See you later.